What if the first thing you eat in the morning could be the reason your blood isn't flowing the way it used to, especially where it matters most? I'm Dr. Justin Keller, and today we're getting straight to it. Men over 60 often notice changes they don't talk about: slower circulation, lower energy, and a feeling that something's just off. It's not just in your head. It starts in your arteries. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 powerful foods that can boost blood flow where aging hits the hardest. We'll talk about early warning signs of poor circulation, what foods to avoid at breakfast, and the simple daily habits that multiply the effects without medication. And here's the truth. The first food I reveal is the most important, and it might be sitting in your fridge right now. Don't skip it. Stick around to the end because this isn't just about performance. It's about staying sharp, strong, and independent for the life you still have ahead of you. Also, I'd love to know, what city are you watching from? Drop it in the comments below. It helps me understand who I'm talking to and what matters to you most. And if you find this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to Glowing Age. That's how I know these lessons matter, and how I can keep bringing you more. Why circulation slows down after 60. What if I told you that one of the first places your body starts whispering about trouble is below the belt? And most men don't even notice until it's already affecting their confidence, energy, and even their heart. I'm Dr. Justin Keller, and I want to tell you something that most doctors don't take the time to explain clearly. Reduced circulation, especially after 60, isn't just a bedroom issue. It's a whole body signal, and it starts with your blood vessels. As we age, the inner lining of our arteries, called the endothelium, starts to lose its flexibility. Think of it like an old garden hose left out in the sun. It stiffens. It doesn't respond as quickly when more water, or in this case, blood, is needed in certain areas of the body. That stiffness reduces blood flow, especially to smaller vessels, like the ones supplying the lower pelvic region. The reason is simple. By 60, the body naturally produces less nitric oxide, a molecule that helps relax and widen blood vessels. When nitric oxide drops, circulation slows. This isn't just theory. Studies from the American Heart Association have shown that nitric oxide production declines significantly with age, and even more in men with high blood pressure or diabetes, both common after 60. But here's something most people don't realize. The blood vessels in the pelvis are smaller and more delicate than the ones going to the heart or the legs, so they're often the first to show signs of poor blood flow. That might mean weaker responses, longer recovery time, or a feeling that things just aren't the same anymore. And it's not just aging working against you. Many men over 60 are also dealing with low-grade inflammation from years of processed foods, stress, lack of movement, or even poor sleep. This inflammation damages the arteries over time, causing plaque buildup, what we call atherosclerosis. It's like adding rust inside those already narrow pipes. Then there's testosterone. By 60, your testosterone levels could be half of what they were in your 20s. Lower testosterone not only affects drive and mood, but it also weakens the smooth muscle tissue responsible for good blood flow in sensitive areas. Research from Harvard shows a clear link between declining testosterone and increased risk of circulation-related problems in older men. And let's not forget medication side effects. Many blood pressure meds, antidepressants, and statins, while important, can blunt blood flow or reduce nitric oxide even further. If you've ever wondered why your energy or performance changed after starting a new prescription, you're not imagining it. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up to how interconnected your body really is. What's happening in your arteries is a reflection of your overall health, and circulation down there is often your body's early warning system. The good news, you're not powerless. The foods you eat, the way you move, how you manage stress and sleep. These things all influence your blood flow more than most pills ever could. But before we get to what helps, you need to understand this. Poor circulation isn't a single problem. It's the result of many small changes adding up over years. But the same is true in reverse. Small, positive changes, especially starting in the morning, can start to restore that flow, rebuild confidence, and reconnect you with your energy, your body, and even your sense of self. We'll get into those changes next. But first, let this sink in. If you're noticing changes in your stamina, your drive, or your confidence, it's not just age, it's circulation. And it can be supported, even reversed, if you know where to start. Signs your circulation needs a boost. If you're over 60 and something feels off, less energy, colder hands and feet, even changes in your ability to focus or feel grounded, it might not just be aging. It could be your circulation quietly slowing down. Poor circulation doesn't always show up with flashing red lights. More often, it whispers through small, nagging changes that men learn to ignore. But as a urologist, I can tell you that these signs are your body's early warning system, and paying attention to them now could prevent serious issues later, both in and out of the bedroom. Let's start with one of the most common but overlooked signs: erectile difficulty. It's not always about desire. Most of the time, it's about blood flow. If the arteries supplying your pelvic region aren't flexible or wide enough to let blood rush in quickly, the response will be weaker, slower, or may not happen at all. And if that's occurring regularly, it's often an early sign that the arteries in your heart could be affected next. Second, cold feet or hands, especially in the morning. Many men chalk this up to weather or poor socks, but in truth, it's often reduced peripheral circulation. Your blood isn't reaching the ends of your limbs efficiently because the vessels are narrowing or stiffening. Then there's numbness or tingling in the legs, toes, or even fingers. That pins and needles feeling isn't just uncomfortable, it's a red flag. It may mean nerves aren't getting the oxygen they need due to restricted blood flow. If it's happening regularly, it's worth looking into. Another sign that surprises people: chronic fatigue or mental fog. You wake up tired. You drink coffee but still feel sluggish or distracted. Your brain, like every other organ, depends on rich blood flow to function. When circulation slows, so does cognition, and it's subtle. You might not feel sick, but your clarity, sharpness, or motivation just feels dull. You may also notice slower wound healing or easy bruising. Good circulation delivers the oxygen and nutrients your tissues need to repair. If cuts or scrapes are taking longer to heal, that's another quiet signal. And here's something especially important: leg pain when walking, or a heavy, cramping sensation in your calves that improves with rest. This could be a sign of something called peripheral artery disease, where arteries are narrowed enough to limit blood flow during physical activity. If walking even short distances feels harder than it used to, don't write it off. All of these are signs your circulatory system may not be delivering what your body needs, not just for sexual health, but for heart, brain, muscle, and organ function. And the problem doesn't fix itself, but it also doesn't mean you're on a downhill slide you can't stop. What I tell my patients is this: your body is sending you signals, not setbacks. And the earlier you act, the better your results. Supporting circulation isn't just about medications or procedures. It starts with how you fuel your body, how you move, and how you take care of your blood vessels every day. Now that you know how to recognize the signs, we're going to get into what you can do about it, starting with what's on your plate each morning. Because your first meal of the day might just be the most powerful tool you have to turn things around. The power of morning nutrition. Most men don't realize it, but the first thing you put in your body each morning is far more important than you think, especially after 60. I'm not just talking about breakfast as a habit. I'm talking about what that meal does to your blood vessels, your hormones, and your ability to feel awake, strong, and alive. Think of your morning like the ignition switch on your car. You're setting the tone for your blood sugar, your energy, your mood, and yes, your circulation for the entire day. When you're younger, your body can get away with a lot. But after 60, what you eat matters more. Your digestive system works slower. Your cells don't respond to insulin the same way. Your arteries need more support to stay open, flexible, and responsive. So what does this have to do with circulation? A lot. You see, certain nutrients, like nitrates, healthy fats, and antioxidants, are critical for blood flow. And the earlier you get them into your system, the better. When you eat circulation-boosting foods in the morning, you're supporting nitric oxide production all day long. Nitric oxide, as I mentioned earlier, is a gas your body produces to relax and widen blood vessels. It's the key that unlocks healthy blood flow. Without enough of it, everything, from your brain to your lower regions, feels sluggish, tight, and unresponsive. That's why your breakfast can't be an afterthought. A donut and coffee might fill your stomach, but it's doing nothing for your arteries. In fact, refined sugars and processed carbs in the morning spike your blood sugar, increase inflammation, and cause a drop in nitric oxide, all before 9 a.m. You've basically told your blood vessels to clamp down for the rest of the day. Now compare that to eating something like beets, oats, or berries first thing. These aren't trendy health foods, they're functional tools. Beets are rich in natural nitrates. Oats help reduce LDL cholesterol, which thickens and blocks arteries. Berries, packed with polyphenols that help prevent oxidative stress in blood vessels. But it's not just what you eat, it's when. Morning is when your cortisol is naturally highest. This hormone helps you wake up and get moving, but it also makes your body more responsive to nutrients, good or bad. So loading your system with circulation-supportive foods at this time gives you the best possible return on investment. And there's another angle here that's often ignored: testosterone. Your testosterone levels peak in the morning. Supporting those hormone levels with a breakfast high in healthy fats like avocado or eggs can help stabilize and extend that natural peak. That means better energy, better focus, and better responsiveness down there. I often tell my patients, if you do just one thing differently, change your first meal. It's simple, it's repeatable, and over time it rewires your biology in powerful ways. Because this is the truth, we're not just fighting age, we're fueling adaptation. And the right breakfast can be your strongest weapon for improving circulation, maintaining independence, and feeling like yourself again. Now, let's get practical. I'll walk you through 6 specific foods that I recommend to men over 60, foods that work with your body to support healthy blood flow, starting with your very next meal. The 6 circulation-boosting morning foods for men over 60. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated regimens to support healthy blood flow after 60. You need the right ingredients, simple, natural foods that work with your body, not against it. I've seen men turn their energy, confidence, and even their blood test results around just by making small changes to what they eat every morning. Here are 6 powerful, research-backed foods that support circulation, especially to the areas that matter most. 1. Beets or beet juice. Beets are one of the richest sources of natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and improves flow. Multiple studies, including from the Journal of Applied Physiology, show that beet juice significantly improves blood pressure and vascular function, particularly in older adults. Try this. Add a half cup of beet juice to your morning routine, or blend cooked beets into a smoothie with berries and greens. 2. Oats. Old-fashioned oats, unsweetened, unprocessed, are packed with soluble fiber which helps lower LDL cholesterol. Why does that matter? Because cholesterol buildup narrows arteries, making it harder for blood to reach your lower extremities. Even better, oats contain a compound called avenanthromide, which has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects that protect the inner lining of your blood vessels. Try this: cook oats with almond milk and top with blueberries, chia seeds, or a slice of avocado on the side. 3. Avocados. Healthy fats are essential for testosterone production and artery health. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, potassium, and magnesium, key nutrients that help regulate blood pressure and reduce inflammation. They also improve the absorption of fat-soluble antioxidants like vitamin E, which protects cells lining your blood vessels. Try this: spread mashed avocado on whole grain toast, or blend 1/4 of one into your morning smoothie for creaminess and nutrition. 4. Watermelon. It's not just a sweet summer treat, it's a potent circulation booster. Watermelon is high in L-citrulline, an amino acid that helps produce nitric oxide. One study in urology found that L-citrulline supplementation improved erection hardness in men with mild dysfunction. And watermelon is a natural, delicious way to get it. Try this: add watermelon cubes to a side fruit salad or blend into a refreshing drink with mint and lime. 5. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula. Leafy greens are nitrate-rich, just like beets. Spinach, for example, helps increase nitric oxide while also supplying magnesium and folate, both critical for heart and nerve function. They're also low in calories and high in antioxidants. Try this: Toss a handful into a morning omelet or blend into your smoothie with banana and almond butter. If you prefer savory, sauté spinach in olive oil with garlic and eggs. 6. Dark berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. These are more than just colorful additions. Berries are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress and support capillary health. They help keep arteries flexible and improve endothelial function, the very tissue that controls blood vessel dilation. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, regular berry consumption improves circulation and reduces blood pressure in older adults. Try this: mix berries into your oats, yogurt, or just eat them fresh with a few walnuts on the side. These 6 foods work in harmony with your body's needs after 60. They help lower inflammation, support testosterone, and most importantly, they promote the kind of blood flow that keeps your heart healthy and your confidence high. You don't need to eat all 6 every day, but try to include at least 2 or 3 into your morning routine. Rotate them, mix them, make them part of your rhythm, because every bite is a message to your body, a message that says, I'm not fading, I'm fueling. I'm choosing strength every single morning. Next, I'll show you which common breakfast foods can undo all this progress, and what to eat instead to protect everything you're working toward. What to avoid in the morning. It's not just about what you add to your breakfast plate. It's also about what you need to remove. Because some of the most common morning foods men over 60 reach for can quietly sabotage your circulation, your energy, and even your hormonal balance. I've seen it countless times. A patient comes to me saying he's doing everything right, but he's still tired, foggy, and not seeing improvements where he wants them. And when we look at his breakfast, that's where the damage begins. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits: processed meats. Bacon, sausage, ham. These are traditional breakfast staples, but they're packed with saturated fats, sodium, and chemical preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. These compounds have been linked to endothelial dysfunction. That means they stiffen and damage the very blood vessels you're trying to heal. A large-scale review in Circulation found that regular consumption of processed meats significantly increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, especially in older adults. You may love the taste, but your arteries and your lower body circulation don't. Second on the list, refined carbohydrates. White bread, bagels, toaster pastries, and many cereals spike your blood sugar rapidly. When blood sugar rises, inflammation increases, and nitric oxide, the molecule that opens your blood vessels, drops. Your body is too busy managing the sugar spike to focus on healthy circulation. And here's the hidden danger. Many so-called healthy cereals marketed to older adults are loaded with sugar and stripped of fiber. They leave you feeling full for an hour, then crashing mid-morning, with tighter arteries and lower energy than before. Next, margarine and hydrogenated spreads. These are often seen as heart-friendly because they say cholesterol-free on the label, but many contain trans fats, or did until very recently. Even small traces of trans fats can interfere with your HDL cholesterol, the type that helps keep arteries clean. Avoid anything labeled partially hydrogenated, especially in your spreads, baked goods, or pre-made biscuits. Another morning mistake? Flavored yogurts. Many people reach for them thinking they're doing something good for their gut. But most fruit on the bottom or flavored yogurts are filled with added sugars, some with more than a can of soda. That sugar load blunts your nitric oxide levels, feeds inflammation, and can even affect testosterone production over time. Lastly, let's talk about skipping breakfast entirely. Now, intermittent fasting has its place. But for many older men, skipping breakfast leads to low blood sugar, irritability, poor circulation, and overeating later in the day. When you go too long without nutrients in the morning, your cortisol levels remain high, your vessels stay constricted, and your metabolism slows. That's the opposite of what we want for healthy aging. So what do you do instead? Swap processed meats for eggs, smoked salmon, or plant-based protein. Choose steel-cut oats or sprouted grain toast over white bread. Reach for plain Greek yogurt and add your own berries and nuts for flavor. Drink beet juice instead of orange juice from concentrate. It's not about giving things up. It's about choosing what helps your body perform. Every time you remove one of these inflammation-triggering foods, you're opening up space for something better, something that works with your circulation instead of against it. When you wake up and feed your body the wrong things, you're sending a message that it's time to slow down, tighten up, and store fat. But when you feed it the right way, clean, vibrant, nourishing foods, you're telling it to open up, let the blood flow, and live with strength and vitality. And for men over 60, that message becomes more important than ever. In the next section, I'll show you how to multiply the benefits of everything you've learned so far, by adding just a few simple habits to your morning routine that enhance blood flow and set your entire day on the right path. Daily habits that multiply the benefits. By now, you know the power of the right foods to support healthy circulation. But if you want to take those benefits even further and make them last, you need to think beyond your plate. The truth is, what you do each morning is just as important as what you eat. Especially after 60, when your body becomes more responsive to your routines, not just your meals. These simple, intentional habits can multiply the effects of circulation-boosting foods and help you feel stronger, clearer, and more connected to your body all day long. Start with hydration immediately after waking up. The first habit I recommend to every patient over 60 is drinking a glass of water. Before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else. Overnight, your body becomes mildly dehydrated. Your blood gets slightly thicker. That means your heart has to work harder to push it through your vessels. A full glass of water first thing in the morning helps rehydrate your system and improves the viscosity, or the flow, of your blood. Add a slice of lemon or a pinch of sea salt if you want to boost mineral absorption and support blood pressure naturally. Do this before you take medications or eat, and you've already given your circulation a head start. Gentle movement to wake up your vascular system. After 60, your blood vessels need a little coaxing in the morning. I'm not talking about strenuous workouts or long walks, just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement. Light stretching, walking in place, shoulder rolls, or even a few deep squats while holding onto a chair. Movement stimulates circulation. It encourages nitric oxide release, and it primes your body to respond better to the nutrients you're about to give it. You don't have to go to a gym. Your living room, kitchen, or even the edge of your bed is enough. Deep breathing to lower vascular stress. Stress is one of the most silent, damaging forces on your blood vessels. When you're stressed, even in subtle ways, your cortisol levels rise, your arteries constrict, and blood flow becomes restricted. The fix, just 3 to 5 minutes of intentional breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat. This slows your heart rate, opens your vessels, and tells your nervous system that you're safe, calm, and ready for the day. Bonus. Better oxygen delivery to the brain and muscles means improved clarity and coordination. Protect your sleep to protect your flow. This might surprise you, but your sleep quality directly affects your morning circulation. Poor sleep leads to higher inflammation, elevated blood pressure, and impaired endothelial function, the inner lining of your arteries. If you're not sleeping well, your morning habits may not stick. So make this a part of your routine too. Avoid screens an hour before bed, keep your room cool and dark, and cut caffeine by early afternoon. It's not just about feeling rested. It's about giving your blood vessels the reset they need every night. Mind your medications and morning routine. Finally, if you're taking medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or diabetes, talk to your doctor about when and how you take them. Some medications are better absorbed with food. Others can cause a temporary drop in circulation if taken on an empty stomach. Small adjustments can make a big difference in how you feel in those critical morning hours. The point here is simple. Food is powerful, but habits are the amplifier. When you combine circulation-supportive nutrition with hydration, movement, breath, and rest, you're not just managing symptoms. You're rebuilding the foundation of how your body performs. Every single day, you have the chance to wake up and feed your blood vessels what they need. And every small action, every glass of water, every deep breath, every beet smoothie or stretch, is a message to your body. I'm still here, I'm still strong, and I'm not done yet. Now let's bring everything together. Because when you make these habits part of your daily rhythm, that quiet power you've earned over the years, it starts to glow. Now you know the 6 foods that support blood flow, the red flags to watch for, and the daily habits that strengthen your body from the inside out. Remember, this isn't about chasing youth. It's about choosing strength, clarity, and quiet power every morning. You're not fading, you're adjusting. And your body can respond if you give it the right tools. If one of these foods or habits surprised you, tell me in the comments. And don't forget to mention where you're watching from. I read every single one. Please like this video if it helped you, and subscribe to Glowing Age for more clear, honest, and practical advice for living well after 60. I'm Dr. Justin Keller. Thank you for taking your health seriously.